Jesus Christ. And of course he starts barking. Well, hello there, folks. We're back once again with my worst nightmare, but luckily we're somewhat close to the end of the game now, so I don't have to worry as much. Oh, the city is running a little better than it was yesterday, so that's good at least. Uh, Also, for some reason, I remember that this restaurant over here, it got a lot of weird detail to itself in it. I don't know. I don't remember why. This icon just always made me uncomfortable for some reason. His hair looks like a raisin. Let's see. Ice Coast. Oh, that's actually a pretty good move. But the problem is, aside from Frostmoth and Ora and Darmanitan, what ice type do we have in this generation? We have the Penguin, which I think is pretty cool. It's basically Ice Mimikyu. I like these little guys. I like how they look. Oh, let's get over with the gym challenge already. Hey, Hop. Just the sudden change in demeanor, him approaching you with a smile on his face, completely unfazed, and then suddenly transitioning to, I lost! It all went to pot! I suck! Then go back to being happy. There must be something wrong with my strategy, but I did it just what I've seen lead you in battles. Here, take it. It's the Ice Leaders League card. You should check out the gym leader you'll have to face too. Melanie. And me, I've got to figure out what to put on my team once and for all. And no more of this doubting. But here's the thing, if he failed the challenge, doesn't mean he's technically eliminated. Moonball, I see. Welcome, Gym Challenge. Do you want to attempt the gym mission? Of course. I forgot what was the challenge with this one. Oh, I think I remember. It's the one where you have to slowly approach platforms. Yeah, I don't like that one. Would you like to hear the details of the gym mission carried here in a second? Allow me to explain a little about the trap detector you hold in your hands. The reason you need it is simple. There are invisible pitfalls everywhere in here. If you fall into one, you have to start again from the last platform you reached. I see. Hold on a second, people. Let me just... My bad. People always just call me whenever I start streaming. It's always when I start streaming. People start to call me. Yeah, I assume I'm gonna have to fight this guy anyways. God damn it. Hold on a second. I swear to God, it's off every fucking time. I start the stream, someone feels the need to call upon my presence. It's incredible. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah, Azula is just going to obliterate this entire gym too, as she did with the previous one. Oh, god damn it. There we go. Just got rid of that. I remember now why I don't like this gym. Oh my god. I'm just going to brute force my way through this. This isn't fun. This is not fun. Of course it is. I mean, nothing stops me from just walking there, I guess. Gym Challenger, I'll freeze you in your play. No, you're not. Liana. I have to say, it's a shame that they didn't have enough time to finish out the details in the gyms, because the NPCs look pretty cute. I just wish the entire rest of the game didn't look weird. Although I do like these backgrounds, the whole glittery background of it's great. The whole glittery scenario you have in these moments, I think, is pretty cute. I got I got smashed into tiny pieces along with my pride. I don't know why that was so endearing to me. And guess what? There'll be a hole right over here. Yep, I knew it. They wouldn't let me just sneak by. Ah, come on. No, no. That's a cheap move. That's a cheap fucking move. And somehow I avoided him. but not again. Come on, no, no, no. This... now you're just fucking with me. Why? Why? Why would you do that? No. Oh God, please no. No. Let me be. Please be the only one left. Just look at it. I hate these. I hate these. Oh, you've stepped into a place you couldn't see. Means you have to redo everything now. Oh, of course they make it foggy. Yeah, I did pretty well for someone who doesn't know where we're going. Of course he saw me. I would look for a map, but honestly, I'm not in the mood to do that. I couldn't be bothered if I try. An Avalugg! Oh, I like Avalugg. I think it's a cool Pokemon. I already have... Wait. Oh, no, I do need a physical attacker. Maybe I will grab an Avalugg. If I could see something, that would be perfect. Oh, my dog is picking fights with the neighbor's dog again. Right. Of course there he is. Because I couldn't just walk from one place to another with no issue, right? these assholes. There's a hole in here. I knew it. As soon as they cleared the whole thing, I knew there was going to be something there. I am so glad I don't have to do this again. Look how evil is this design. That is not fun. That is just punishing. Yeah, 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 get this over with. I am Melanie. As you can clearly see, I have assembled a team of Ice-type Pokemon. You aren't a sore. You aren't a sore after. Nossa, that was difficult to say. You, you aren't sore all over from falling in a hole or two, are you? Even if you are, I'm not going to hold back. I hate you. Just because you have the body of a Pixar mom doesn't save you from my wrath. Now that I realize, they did give her incredibly large tits. Especially for a Pokemon game. Oh, I thought Frostmoth was her main character. Well, she uses 4 Pokemon, so this is 4 times effective, so it's a one-shot. Bye-bye. I don't like Frostmoth. I love Snum, but I don't like Frostmoth. Darmanitan. Nope, thank you. Me too. She already has that other move. No, Ice Cube. Oh, yeah. It's the Mimikyu thingy. But if that's not her ace, then who is it? Wait. If the head didn't burn, then what is her ability? Does it only affect physical attacks? That's just the worst version of Mimikyu. Nope. Do I think the stream went off for a second? Let me see. Lapras. Oh yeah, Lapras! Lapras has a Gigantamax form. I forgot. Oh. Do I survive a... Go on Gigantamax, I'll let you freeze everything solid. Do I survive an attack from Lapras? Wow, the FPS. That's weird. It didn't happen in any of the other gyms. I like Gigantamax Lapras. I think it looks pretty awesome. It turns into a cruise. Please tell me I survive a hit. I do not. Do I? Oh, no I don't. Oh, that's fine. Started to rain. I guess it's a good time for me to throw in Maka. I mean, technically Jitters would be better. Yeah, no, it's... No, wait. Yeah, both of... No, this is gonna be 4 times weak to ice. No, what am I thinking? It's definitely Jitters. They both will do the same amount of damage, so I might as well. Man, Dynamax is so broken. It looks really cool, but I cannot get over how broken it is. That did a lot less damage than I wanted it to. Does this kill? It should, right? If it's no, it doesn't. It leaves him on red. No, it does kill. Alright, guess it was just a low roll and then a high roll. There we go. I just want to climb into a hole. Well, I guess it'd be more like falling from here, right? Yeah, you say that, but your face doesn't match it. Also, why do they only wear gloves in the hand with a Dynamax? And why is the glove like has the thumb sticking out normally? That doesn't make much sense. If the glove exists for protection, because like the Dynamax ball gets too hot or something, then not only should it be a full glove, but it shouldn't have any, that means it shouldn't have any skin sticking out. But why not wear it in both hands? I see one. That's actually a pretty good move. This is uniform 2, is the same as alright, thank you. Well, now there's only the dark, the dark, yeah. There's only the dark gym leader and the dragon gym leader. Although I'm not mentally prepared for dealing with the dark gym leader right now. The name of the restaurant is Bob's Your Uncle. I see. It's this one, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. With a weirdly creepy mascot. Got it? You got that gym badge, Helga? Nice one. Oh hey, there you are. I've been trying to find out more about the Darkest Day and the Sword and Shield Pokemon, but still no luck. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot they find this shit in here. This ancient piece of tapestry just stuck in the middle of a KFC. The heroes look sad, and where are the short sword and the shield? What is the meaning of this picture? An end to the legend. They don't look sad, they're smiling. A very quiet smile. That's right, that's my take on it at least. You remember the Pokemon we met that day? Do you think you could have been one of them? Oh, it only took us 6 gyms to maybe make that connection. Do you think you could have been one of them? Either the sword or the shield Pokemon? You met them? Come on, you know what I'm talking about, right, Helga? In the Slumbering World. Yep. The mad Pokemon we ran into the fog, don't you think could have been it? Oh, that's right, you lot have been in the Slumbering World. I only started on this January because my grand told me to, but this is turning out to be much more fun. You've got to tell me more. How about we discuss it over a meal? Go on. What do you want to eat? All right, sure. Let's get over this ERP session. Wait, no, that's not what ERP means. This is definitely not an ERP. Never mind. Uh, the hero's bath. They say that this is where the two heroes came to soothe their wounds after the battle to bring down the evil presence long ago. Nowadays, only Pokemon really use the hero's bath, though. Um, who exactly were the heroes that bathed here? I think I'll have to look into that. That's all you do. That's literally every conversation that Sonya talks. And I like this character. I like her. I think she's a cool character. It's not her fault that the story sucks. But the problem is, every fucking time she opens her mouth to talk about the story, she always goes, I'm going to need to investigate that further. And you don't do anything. You two can become new heroes. What? Like some hero waving around a sword and a shield? Pull the other one. Though, I guess I'd fancy a sword if I had to take my pick. What kind of battle do you think the heroes had back then? Why don't we show her, Helga? I think you can pull off a real heroic battle in the middle of a pool. I don't think that's something you should do, but that's fine. I don't entirely understand your reasoning, but I might as well just see what you can do. I see. I'll heal up your Pokemon for you, Helga. Oh, thank you. Very nice of you. Time for a little exhibition match starring the future champion. I'm glad that this is the portion of the game where he still has a little bit of self-hope. You know? It's not as depressing when you take a look into it. Oh yeah, because he actually adds the bull to the party after evolving it. So that's a cool detail, is that he thinks that Wooloo wasn't a strong enough Pokemon, so he takes it out of the party, and then he starts to lose, and he goes back like his original thought, like, man, I don't need to like min-max my own team. I just need to have fun. And so he adds back Wooloo, and Wooloo evolves. I think that's a pretty neat feature. Well, I'm going to this nasty plot in here because you can't kill me. Unless you have Bulldoze. Or Earthquake, for that matter. They have defense skill. Yeah, that's not gonna do much for you, buddy. Buffeted. I think +4 is good enough. That actually hurt a little. Do you have Fluffy as an ability? Because if you do, this is gonna hurt like hell. I don't know. I imagine Fluffy shows up the super effective sign when it appears. Will you switch your Pokemon? No, I'm gonna keep it in. Pinch Urchin, I see. This is a pure electric, isn't it? Oh, might as well use Venom Shock. Do I die from hail? I don't, right? No, I don't. I do not. I don't have to worry about that. Does his Cinderace outspeed me? It is a very fast Pokemon, but I think I'm faster. Nope, I do not. He missed. Perfect. No one showed up today. That's a bit sad, isn't it? Oh, that's fine. Guess it's only part of actually watching the streams. You may have an ability that turns you invulnerable to... You either have thick fat or immunity to poison, so I'm going to use Dragon Pulse. Damn. Yeah, that kills me. 100%. That 100, yeah. No, no shock in that. I was way too low. But a Snorlax tanking +4 Salazzle, that's really busted. Not, not busted, just to be... Oh my god. Oh, of course you did. Damn, why is the FPS so low today? The opposing Snorlax used Body Slam, I see. I think it ain't doing me too good to just... Sorry. It ain't doing me any good to overthinking things. Will you switch your Pokemon? No, not really, thank you. Wait, I didn't even see what he had. I'll stay in. Think you got me cornered? Not even close. I'll be the greatest when I still... Okay. Oh, Corviknight! I forgot he could do that. Shit. Can I stall him though? I'm already slower than you. You're not doing me any favors here. You're not doing yourself any favors on me. Yeah, I can definitely stall him. All I need to do is just use Leech Seed. Avoided. Am I missing something? I survive this, don't I? Barely. What? He doesn't even heal me? Well, that sucks. Well, there you go, Jitters. You do you. I am faster than you, aren't I? I am. You may hear my dog crying because he doesn't like when I talk to myself in the streams. He thinks... I don't know what he thinks, but I assume he doesn't like the idea that I'm talking to someone else other than him. Right, my son, yes. Easy. The opposing Corviknight fainted. I still can't beat you, my true rival, but I'm starting to see the light. Yes! Crawl out of depression, Hop. It ain't worth it, and it makes it incredibly bad to interact with you. Thanks, you two gave right a proper battle. At the rate you both are going, even the unbeatable champion Leon may be in trouble. That's another one for the count. Properties. That I could have sworn we were in 10. In fact, I'm going to count. No. Wait a second. There we go. At the rate you are both going, even the unbeatable Leon. So what about next, you two? I plan to look into things into slumbering world. I'm going to keep challenge. I'm going to keep going challenge the gym. And once I get the gym badge, I'll be heading for Route 9 to take the Spike Muff. Now, oh yeah, Spike Muff. I see it now. It's where all my suffering began. Where it all started. As his rival, you wouldn't like it either, right? See, I wasn't paying attention anyways. Completely disregarded what she said previously. Okay. Where do I go from here? I have to go back to Spike Move. I see. Oh, it's just need to go keep going in this direction. That's fine. That's fine. Right, okay. For anyone who's wondering, I am not counting the NPCs that like the generic NPCs talking about Liam and saying that he's unbeatable. I am not counting them for the very simple reason that not only do I not care about the normal NPCs that much, but in an average run, there's a good chance that a person will not talk to anyone other than what they need to talk to, and so it won't be as obnoxious to have to deal with them constantly praising Leon all the time. Why is a King Lear here? I see. She healed my Pokemon before the fight, but didn't bother doing it in here. Great. I'm not even gonna battle people. I'm way too strong right now. It would just be pointless. But of course, now I want you to look at the scenery real quickly and tell me one very simple thing. How the hell do they plan on stopping this guy? Because this is a Pokemon. They're not battling it, they're not hurting it, they're just protesting. How exactly do they intend on keeping this guy away from them, or the city for that matter? It is Team Yell duties to cheer on these lovely drop dirt now. And we also got to stop people from heading out, heading all over the water. The bite. Yes, I understand. Ah, no. Okay, I'm going to correct myself. They were talking to the guy dressed in nurse outfit for some reason. Why, we meet again, my young gym challenger friend. Remember me? I gave you that bike, so do you think you could do me another favor and teach these ruffians a lesson or two? Sure thing. It's our duty to protect Dread now, and that means you're gonna give up on your gym challenge. You look like you need convincing, so how about a Pokemon battle? Yeah, sure. I mean, I was gonna beat the crap out of you anyways. Why can't you just battle me two at one? This game seems like it's afraid of team battles. No point in using that over here, isn't it? I'll just switch over to Jitters and smack them with bug type attacks. Hone claws. I see. Buffeted. X Scissor. Even though I'm a special attacker, X Scissor will yeah. It's more than enough to damage it. The Team Yell Grunt is about to send out Pangoro. We'll switch up. No. No, I don't have to. Pangoro is such a weird case for me. Because if you were to show me an image of Pangoro when Gen 6 was released and tell me that this is a Pokemon that's on the current generation, I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't believe you. He looks so out of place. And that's enough for me to kill him, I think. There we go. The hail actually helped me there. Soak. No, thank you. By the way, you can use that move to turn Shedinja into an electric type, then put another Pokemon besides it with the ability to direct electric types to itself, and Shedinja can just set up indefinitely. I mean, it can technically still be hit by, freeze dry and grass types, but still, there are ways to countermeasure that. Rotom Bike. You put the Rotom Bike, sir. With the Rotom Bike water mode, you cruise across the water like a Pokemon using Swift Swim. By the by, you're riding on land, we'll call it land mode. It just swaps over, that's perfectly fine. This guy not being a water fighting is something I will never understand. Oh, hi. Yeah, I like Mantine, but not enough to capture it. And I also already have some water types on my team. One water type on my team. So I don't need another one. An Ice Stone. Whalmers. I will not pick up any Wailords because I don't want my eyes to bleed. I don't have any fairy types or ice types on my team. I should probably get at least one. The problem is there's not any that I really like. Let's see what's over here. I don't want to know either. Nope. Wrong Pokemon. Didn't mean to fight this one. Currently, for anyone who watches this later, there's no one on the stream right now. But I will still speak out of my own mind right here and go out on a limb saying that obviously the streams aren't doing very well. I know that. I know that the streams aren't doing very well, and I sort of fully expected it because this isn't something I was used to doing. And I guess the learning curve is a little more convoluted because it's not just about learning how to do new tricks and trying over and over, but to just keep doing again and again and again, which is kind of just... It's not the same thing as trying over and over, because this isn't something that I can stop and rewind and try again. I have to do it live, so it's a bit complicated. That being said, this is really enjoyable. Having the ability to talk to, well, imaginary folks, but actually having a reason to do so, it's actually very cool. And it helps me getting more used to speaking in English. Sometimes people appear in the chat, start talking, and I become more used to interacting with them, even though I'm basically a stranger to talking to people outside of my own country. And I'm gonna be a little boastful in here, and you'd think because of how used I am in speaking English in videos that I talk to people in English all the time, but that would be a lie. In fact, funnily enough, the people that I spoke English the most in my entire life were people from the same country as I am, and purely because they started speaking in English with me, and I just didn't bother switching back to Portuguese, and we just kept going. There were two friends of mine that for like a year and a half I only ever spoke in English. With for no and I would see them in person and I would talk to them completely normal. In Portuguese, no questions asked, no attention given. But as soon as I would type something in my cell phone to talk to them, immediately I would switch back to English. No reason to. Just did it. There's gotta be more Pokemon in here than these two. I'll leave it be. That's Clobopus. Wait, how do I get there? I see? No. Well, this is where I came from. How do I get there? I guess going through over here then? This doesn't feel right. And Mantine. At any case, when the channel reaches 1,000 subs, because we're 50 subs away from that goal, and I'm hoping that between the next video and the following one after that, that we can actually reach 1,000. That would be, it would be so awesome. It would be so cool. And I don't know the rest of the song, but it would actually be really cool if we could do that before the year ends, which was kind of a personal objective of mine. Obviously, I don't want to put peer pressure myself into feeling like shit if I don't achieve that, but it would be ideal if that was the case, you know. I'd be really happy if I could do that. I'm just walking in circles, aren't I? Oh, there's a Pokeball in here. If we do get to reach 1,000 subs before the end of the year, I'll be very happy. But it would mean that all I realistically need to do is keep making videos, and I will eventually get the 50-hour mark. But I'll start learning more about streaming than actually making videos, because I think I'll reach like a turning point where, okay, I have 1,000 subs on YouTube. I'm almost there when it comes to monetizing it. I just need to like properly learn the do's and don'ts of YouTube. And because of that, I think the best thing I can do once I get to 1,000 subs is learn how to stream correctly, how to find the best time for streaming, how to handle talking to people live. And I imagine that even when I begin to do that, the numbers will still be lower. It will still be small because, you know, that's understandable. It doesn't really take... Where am I supposed to go? Supposed to go down. Okay, so down it is. No, it's not over here. At least it doesn't look that way. Oh, it was here. And as I said, I imagine, ooh, that's a Delmise. I imagine that even when I actually start focusing more on streaming, that I'm not going to magically have large numbers of viewers or anything. Those things come with time, and when I first began the channel, I got like 60 views and no subscribers, and then one video blew up, and I'm almost at 1,000. So, uh, it really is something about. It really tells how lucky I am on YouTube, and that I need to learn how to make use of that luck, while still improving. Because I want this to work. I want this to be a thing that I can work with. Jesus. Streaming, while not being the thing that I want to do the most, is technically the thing that I guess all channels sort of evolve nowadays, where live content is so prevalent in platforms that you really don't have a choice other than going to. Oh yeah, we reached hell on earth. That's fine. We really don't have a choice other than actually starting a live stream channel, or focusing on YouTube Shorts, which coexist with lives because you can utilize those contexts in order to. The things you record during the live streams can be used for making edited videos, pre-recorded and whatever, and B, used for making shorts, which have different functions. Long forms of content are utilized to. I like you, but I already have a poison type. Long formatted videos exist so that people can consume them, enjoy them thoroughly, and then do something else. It's not something you watch over and over and over, unless you're like on a day when you don't really have anything to do. It's not really something that keeps you busy. Short formatted videos, you can just do them however many times you want. Again, she's one of the few characters that I actually like, because she actually has a bit of a personality to herself, other than I am a gem challenger. I will defeat you. She actually has a little bit of character other than that. Nasty plot. I see. Well, I'm going to use bulldoze. I don't know how much damage it will do. Oh, that did a lot of damage. Can't use the same moves twice because of. I see. Let's use Shadow Claw. It's not that bad. You're using. I might need to be careful. Depending on what this girl does, she can actually sweep me with that with that thing. I mean, not really, because I do have Pokemon who are faster, but still dangerous territory, to be fair. A hyper potion, of course. Can I use it again? Nope. Torment is still inactive. Now she's +6. Do you have even a single move that he utilizes that nasty plot? You gotta have. You're a Lipard. You guys are typically physical attackers, but you need. That's not even a. So her move pool is Nasty Plot, Torment, Sucker Punch, and what else? I'm gonna switch out. I don't want to stay in here. Pawn. Crush the skulls. Pimba. My god, lady. I'm going to end up hurting myself, am I not? Of course I am. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Why would that not be the case, right? Psyshock. Who wants to learn it? Oh, it's Clarence. No, I don't give a shit about you, Clarence. I'm sorry. More Pecco. That's an electric type. It's electric dark, which is a problem, but I can work around it. I survived this, don't I? Yeah, I totally do. There we go. She has another one. Well, I guess just using another. As expected of my rival, you really know how to... Okay, thanks. That thing... He cannot use any fighting attacks on me, so... But he can use Sucker Punch, of course he can. I forgot he had that. Actually, now that he has Wandering Spirit, I can actually hit him with Pawn. Because he won't heal if I just use the water attack. There we go. What's with that? My Pokemon didn't get a chance to really do their thing at all. Ugh. My partner Morpeko has been interested in you and your strength. But I've got everyone in Spike Move supporting me. I'm definitely gonna get old AGM badges just so I can have a rematch with you. Don't you forget it. I'll get my revenge in the Champion Cup. Anyway, I promise I'll show you in a way, so follow me. Do I get to heal? Oh yeah, there's a Pokemon Center right there. I'm done. Yeah, I love how this city is like... So, this is an abandoned shopping mall? Like, it's a they tried to do the same thing they did in Gen 7, which was the enemy base is like an abandoned part of the region, except it doesn't work in here. Because in there is like a big mansion, and the entire place is destroyed and overgrown with vegetation, and here is just dirty. I just happen to have too many of these, so I'll give you one, okay? Piers Lee card. Oh, can I... Do I know how to make an English accent? Because this is heavy English, right? Oh, welcome Spike Month, kid. Hope you're ready for the gym mission. I do not. I'm not gonna bother. Hi Seven, I took your advice, man. I I posted the stream link in the post thingy. How you doing, man? Let me beat up these guys. Uh, you didn't say anything, but let me just say, so if you haven't seen this part of the game yet, or even if you did, this part of the game single-handedly proves why I have so many complaints about Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's like a big mesh of things that I think is wrong or are wrong with this game, but it's not right now. It's like at the end of this section. It's horrible. It is so bad that when it appears, I'm not going to say a word. You get to experience the whole thing without me putting a single input in it. I'm doing great. I hope you are too. Thanks, man. I guess I am. You know, it's awfully hot inside my room as always, but you know, other than that, I'm doing perfectly fine. I remember when I first started to stream Monster Hunter, and on I think like the second stream I was doing, man, I got really sick, like really sick. And the entire stream, which by the way is on the channel, you can check it out, is me going, ugh, oh god, oh my god, I feel like shit, oh shit. And the stream was like 2 hours of just me complaining about the pain of my existence. Yeah. Mr. Mime. Some kind of invisible wall. You can't get through no matter what. That's a neat detail that I didn't remember. That. Also, I'm very glad YouTube showed me your link this time. Yeah, I'm thankful too, man. Hopefully more people see it. Yeah. In fact, I was talking to myself while no one was joining the stream. I was talking to myself about the fact that, you know, being a smaller channel, you're obviously going to get a lot less viewers when it comes to live streaming. Especially if this isn't something that I constantly do, that I don't really have a proper layout and other stuff. Things that naturally attract people to live streaming. But man, these are just so much fun. Like every once in a while I get to talk to people you don't really know. Even if what I really like doing is just making silly videos on the internet. Which, by the way, I'm like 60 or 70% done with the next video, so that's a positive. And I think it's going to be one of my best ones because I am taking classes when it comes to editing. I have been learning how to edit things a little bit better, learning new tricks here and there. 95% of the things I learned up until now were just me googling things on how to do this effect on Premiere Pro. And nowadays I'm actually trying to do something differently, in which I go up to channels that teach these things, and I make a playlist, and I go trying to do these effects and save them as presets so that I can, you know, keep doing them over and over. Which is very helpful because I just now realized that 95% of the things that I used to edit required me to do, like, let's just say I wanted to make a specific transition. Like, I'm going from one scene to another, but I don't want to simply use one of the presets from Premiere Pro. What I would do is I would simply... Wait, I'm filming for a reason. That's the coolest thing they've done in the entire game. Anyways, what I would do is I would make the transition myself, and instead of copying that preset that I made, I would just redo the entire thing on a future scene if I wanted to do it again. Now that I know that I don't have to do that, editing has been much more accessible for myself. Yeah. Something that I do struggle with when it comes to content creation is because time zones. Because for context, if it's not obvious from the videos and the posts, I'm from Brazil. Okay, big old T posing Jesus, and I like it here. But there's one problem. It is that the country is way too big, way too many time zones, and it's difficult to tell people, hey, when should you tune in during the streams? Because everybody is going to watch this at a different time. I have a friend that lives in Germany. He told me that he managed to watch one of my live streams once because it was like really, really high, and it was like 4 a.m. where he was at. Meanwhile, in here, it was like, what, 6 p.m. or something? So it's difficult for people that are from other countries to actually come and enjoy the streams because I don't really know how to manage time zones that well. I'm getting used to it nowadays, but it's very complicated. YouTube says that like the vast majority of people that join my channel are from the United States, which like the what's the word again? God damn it. The eastern side of the United States is technically in the same time zone as I am, but the western is completely different because the United States is very large, vertically. No, not vertically, horizontally, but not very wide. You got what I'm saying. The United States is a very fat country, but not a very tall country. Meanwhile, Brazil is like the extreme opposite. We are very tall on the map, but we don't really go that much on the sideways. Oh, hi, Mr. Mime. There's some kind of invisible wall you can get through no matter how you try. I see. The HP of your Pokemon are looking so good. I practiced that hand spring so much even a pop star would be jealous of those moves. Were you surprised? Oh, it'd be surprised, you. While you're in utter shock, I'm going to easily, sneakily win this battle, I see. Editing classes sound nice. I sometimes make a minute-long Zelda videos and edit those as good as I can on my phone since my PC would literally die. But I can only record 30 seconds at a time. That's cool, man. I didn't know you make videos. I'm gonna if you post them on YouTube, I'm gonna check them out later. That's actually really cool. But you record them on your phone. Huh. I mean, obviously, I don't know like what setup are you using. Maybe your computer just cannot handle it. That's normal. But when I started to make videos, especially the video that's like 45,000 views of my channel, I made that video on a notebook that could barely run Minecraft. So maybe I don't know. It's something you're gonna have to find out yourself. But even like weaker systems can maybe make some videos. Something that I do struggle a lot to this day, even now that I have a better computer and all that, I hate making shorts. I'm from Germany too, and I have to go to bed soon, or else I won't be able to get up tomorrow. Dang! No, that's a coincidence right there. Don't you stay up. Hey man, really, I appreciate you being here, but don't you stay up all night just to talk, alright? That's bad for you. But it's cool to see other people from other countries talking. Yeah. I can only record. But why can't you only record 30 seconds at a time? That's the part I didn't get it. Like, does your phone has like a limited timer when it comes to recording? Oh, you just answered that question. So you record using the built-in function of the Switch, which allows 30 seconds. Ah, so the Switch has kind of like a Vine function. No, not Vine, an Instagram Reels version. I see. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Actually, now that I think about it, a friend of mine also does that. Whenever he plays Zelda and he wants to show us something, he always does that. I've always wanted the Switch, but you know, man, if things in here are expensive as hell, okay? Everything that comes, every product that becomes popular outside of our country, doesn't matter if it's a national product or not, it is going to be expensive. A Switch, a system that has been launched for years, it is still 2 minimum wages, the equivalent of 2 to 3 minimum wages. Depending on the version, even more expensive. It's absurdly expensive here. And that's the same goes for Nintendo games in general. The Zelda, I assume you're playing the newer one. I don't remember the name now, but the game has been out for a while, You cannot, if you want to buy an original copy from Nintendo, that shit it's still 300 or more reais, which is 1/4 of our current minimum wage. Is brutal, brutal, man. I tell you. Luckily, there's a lot of sites of hand-me-downs. The I don't know if it's something that everybody does. I assume it is, but it's very common in here for people to just play a game to completion and just say, okay, let me just sell it off to someone else for like 1/10 of the price the price I bought it. It makes things much more accessible. Uh, why did I use Leech Seed again? That wasn't what I wanted to do. But anyways, here's the thing. This is the second time I'm playing through this game. Switches are overpriced as fuck and extremely outdated. I only bought one because of the exclusives. That's, to be fair, that's the entire reason why Nintendo is able to survive on its own. Okay, the thing about Nintendo is that people only buy it for the exclusives. Oh, they are some damn good exclusives. Okay, Pokemon is the largest franchise on the planet. No Mario game sucks. Every Zelda game is a 10 out of 10 by IGN. Also, it's the only modern console which doesn't require a TV. Which, yeah, I miss portables, man. You're absolutely right. I think that's why if I had the money, I would buy a Steam Deck, because I think like portables are something that really is not thoroughly explored by people anymore, and I think it's a shame because I think portables are awesome. Nintendo used to be the king, arguably still is the king of portables, but luckily in the future other companies will realize that, hey, playing video games wherever is kind of a nice thing. I need to heal up my Pokemon. 1 second. What was I saying again? Oh yes, this is the second time I played this game. And the first time I did it on a friend's system. So it was an original copy, and he just like, man, you can play it, like, you do whatever the fuck you want. And it was over the period of like several months that I played. This is the second time of playing Sword and Shield, specifically Shield version, and my god, playing the game in one go, I mean, in one go as in, I'm not really taking months to finish this, but playing the game in one sitting really shows off the problems this game had in the long run. But as I said in the video, I didn't post the video yet, you dumb. Something that I will comment in the next video I make, which is the entire reason why I'm playing this to begin with, is that despite the fact that I have so many grievances with Sword and Shield, in my honest opinion, it's arguably the best looking Pokemon I've ever gotten. Even better than Scarlet and Violet, because Scarlet and Violet focused a lot on a lot of things that needed to be improved. It actually made the world an open world. It gave a lot of people more freedom of choices where they're supposed to go. It actually felt like an open world Pokemon game. That's a good step forward. The game looked uglier than a knife fight. Okay? So if you don't have a Switch, you're playing on an emulator. Exactly. Which is why some of the regions look laggy. You may know, like, currently it's perfectly fine. If I dare step into Motostoke right now, everything comes crumbling down because this game does not run very well on an emulator. As far as I know, there's no oh my god, we arrived. Hold on a second. You need to witness this. Pay attention to this. You may have noticed, wait, wasn't he singing? Wasn't there supposed to be at least a background sound to it? No. This wasn't my fault. This is the game. This is how they purposely made these scenes. They looked at it, They took a second to analyze what was going on, and they thought, "Yep, this is good enough." Oh god, and the fucking sound of him stepping on the floor and the mic vibrating. I feel like I lose a couple of years of my lifespan whenever I see that scene. Because man, they didn't even. I mean, I am willing to go so far as to say that they didn't need to hire a voice actor. I think the game would look perfect if they did, but they didn't need to. But why make the entire sequence musicless? Average Death concert. What? Why? This is a simple gym stage. We can't even Dynamax our Pokemon, but well, I still hope you enjoy our battle. Yeah, you see, that's perfectly fine, Pierce, but the problem is, and repeat after me, the absence of a mechanic is not a mechanic on of itself. We've been playing Dynamax-less battles the entire game, and just because one gym doesn't have the mechanic doesn't make it better than the others. Anyways, I just needed to process that scene a second time. They could add like anything behind it. They could add the Team Yell soundtrack behind it, and I wouldn't complain about it too much. But just making it pure mute, like nothing, even the sound of him stepping on the floor and nothing else, I will never forgive this scene. But anyways, man, I even forgot what I was talking about. Yeah. My god. It's an even bigger problem when you realize that they've done this same thing again in Scarlet and Violet. In the... Is it the... No, it's a ghost type gym leader, not a dark type gym leader. It's somehow a little bit not as bad because she isn't singing and just like you don't hear anything else. All it does is like show a couple of subtitles, and because she's supposed to be rapping, which doesn't really help the whole scenario, but it looks better than whatever this was. Granted, Scarlet and Violet was pretty... I thought Scarlet and Violet had a lot of improvements over this game, but I didn't like how they like gave zero fucks about the graphics. Because let's be honest, this game is ugly, but it looks better than Scarlet and Violet. You can tell that once people started to complain about the gameplay of this one, and they were still developing Scarlet and Violet, the developers just went over to their teams and say, forget the graphics, make everything else suck. Man, you said you were from Germany. Obviously, I mentioned a while ago about the time zones and whatnot. But around, what time is it around there? Like, I assume it's like very late where you're at. Because I don't know the exact time spans. Sword and Shield was my first and only Pokemon game ever since my Pokemon addicted friend wanted me to try it. The only time I died was to an online match against a 100%er. Yeah, online matches are divided into people who want to try out Pokemon for the first time and get absolutely shafted by the other half. Wow. Yeah, this is the problem of running the game on an emulator. Some textures just spaz out. That's completely normal. Anyways, here's the thing. It's 10:16 p.m. Oh, okay, not as late, but not as late as I thought. In here is currently 6 and 10 p.m. Anyways, the competitive Pokemon is always filled with people that just want to have fun and complete obsessive freaks who just know everything about competitive. Like, what I said back then is the fact that although I have a lot of grievances with this game, for a first-time experience, it's really not that bad of an experience for Pokemon, because Pokemon itself, it's very fun. Like, there's very little ways to screw up a Pokemon game because raising little monsters to fight by your side and making them obscenely strong compared to everything else, that's entertaining. It doesn't really take much to entertain a person while doing that. The problem is when everything else feels off. If you want a recommendation of what Pokemon game to play next, I highly recommend playing the 5th generation, Pokemon Black and White. Those games are incredible. In my opinion, the best Pokemon series, the best Pokemon titles we've ever got was Pokemon Black and White 2. But since it's a sequel, I recommend you playing the first games first, Pokemon Black and White. It's the single generation with the most newer Pokemon. It has a total of 151 new Pokemon. All of them are exclusive to that generation. There are no other generation of Pokemons in that one, so you don't get to feel worried about seeing repeats over and over. It has an actual plot line, arguably the best character ever written in a Pokemon game is from Pokemon Black and White, which is a character named N. It's a green-haired boy. And I don't know, man, it's just such a good game. If you ever decide to play a Pokemon game next, I highly recommend Black and White. My favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Platinum, which is from the 4th generation. But the main reason why it's my favorite, it's because of, I was a kid when I first played it. It has a decent difficulty curve. The champion of the region in the 4th generation is the thing that... It's a nightmare. Cynthia is something that creeps into the nightmares of every Pokemon fandom every now and then. Every 8-year-old that fought against Cynthia has some nightmares about that woman. It's the only Pokemon game with an actual jump scare, by the way. There's like this moment in the game where a shadow starts creeping up from the bottom, and suddenly, bang! It jumps into the screen. Nintendo probably saw the glitch, hyped with Breath of the Wild, and thought, fuck it, we'll do the same thing with Violet and hope it works. I feel like it's close to that, but instead of Nintendo just telling them to do that, is Game Freak like spazzing out trying to figure out what to do and going like, it worked with Zelda, let's try it too. Because Nintendo isn't the guy that directly develop. They are the owners of the Pokemon series, but the developers are Game Freak. Still, I didn't even see who he swapped out, so I don't do encores. Get it? Not songs, not moves, not Pokemon. Sure, whatever that means, buddy. Everywhere's gonna stink, but who cares? Okay. Oh shit. Hold on a second. Oh, jeez. What was I talking about again? Oh yes, Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I love Diamond and Pearl. That didn't kill me, because it's the only Pokemon game I've ever played that really felt like I was struggling to get past certain points. Mostly because when I first played it, I was a kid, and when you're a kid playing Pokemon games, you just spam the same thing over and over. After watching Zepla HQ... Hey, Tuxux. Hey, buddy. Welcome to the stream. After watching Zepla, MTQ Capture, Arvat Savix, Matsui, Zekai, Asmongold, Zebra Gamer, Pokemon's YouTube videos, YouTube has recommended your streams. I know 4 of those people. And if the YouTube recommended me after you watching them, I think I'm doing something right. I'm going out on a limb and say that I'm doing something right. But welcome to the stream, man. I'm just here complaining about Pokemon. He's doing all these movements and pretending they are dances, but they're actually sign language. Oh, if only that was the case, right? If only I could look into this scene and think to myself, oh, no, it's he's deaf, you know? He's not really paying attention to what you're saying. Although I think it would be cool if they did like these gym leaders with specific disabilities. You know, it's that kind of representation that it's very silly, but it works. I think it's cute. So now that I think about it, wasn't there a gym leader who was blind or something? No, I think I'm mistaken. I guess there were characters in Pokemon that were blind canonically, but not a gym leader. Huh. They did a fucking. They have no excuse of adding like blind, deaf characters in Pokemon games, considering that in the last one they made a fucking VTuber. Incredibly based too. Iono, the electric gym leader for Pokemon Violet. I don't really watch streams that much, so I didn't see how like many people who are actually VTubers reacted to that. I imagine it's hilarious just seeing something as niche as VTubing. I mean, not as niche nowadays, but I imagine it's hilarious just seeing something as VTubing suddenly appear in a Pokemon game. That must have felt awesome. Because it's not cheesy, you know. It's like, oh, they're paying attention to a community that listens to them. That's actually pretty cool. But my favorite character in Scarlet and Violet, now that I think about it, man, it was probably Nemona. Because of all rivals I've ever faced in a Pokemon game, she actually felt like someone worth fighting for. Oh, now you're sad, aren't you? Me and my team gave our best. Let's meet up for a battle again sometime. What the fuck, man? Why did you say that completely depressed? What's wrong, man? What the hell is wrong with you? Anyways, Nemona in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, it's actually my favorite character. She's essentially just Goku, you know? She sees you, she thinks she needs to fight you. I think that's perfectly fine. I wished they did more with the Pokemon professors, other than leaving them as the final boss. Quote unquote final boss. It's a great. Which, by the way, the story of Scarlet and Violet is pretty good. It has some weird moments, but it's surprisingly good. It is really good. It gets bad. It has a slow start, but it gets really good towards the end. And Toby Fox, the guy who created Undertale, doing the entire soundtrack, not the entire, but he does like 5 different songs, including the one at the end of the game, absolute bangers. Every one of them. He made an incredible game. People say that the coding of Undertale is complete shit. The majority of the internet agrees with you about Nemona, just not in a good way. Oh, I know how the internet agrees with me about Nemona. Don't worry about it. People are just sociopaths, okay? She is a bit taller than you, but she's still a teenager. You don't make those kind of content about teenagers. Half the fucking characters half the fucking characters of Scarlet and Violet are either MILFs or DILFs. Or either grown-ass adults that if you want to do porn about them, fuck it, go ahead. Nobody gives a shit. Just don't do it about the teenagers. That's wrong. Marnie said that was actually kind of sweet. Like, Marnie is another great example. I like her character. I think she's really cute. I think she's one of the characters in this game that I like the most. The internet agrees with me for the wrong reason. I see her as like she looks like a younger sister. You know, I have an older sister and a younger sister. She feels to me like probably like her older brother, and I would probably help her out like Piers is trying to help her, but the internet is just filled with people, people. That reminds me, Marnie, there's something I wanted to tell you. I want you to take over the gym here in Spikemouth as its gym leader. How convenient. Yeah, I know. You'd planned to retire after the Champion Cup, right? I think you really become a great gym leader, even if you don't Dynamax your Pokemon. Well, that's not really his fault, is it? I mean, when I end up becoming champion, I won't be able to be a gym leader. Good point. I love the guys crying in the background. That's a detail that I actually like. The fact that they're incredibly depressed over the fact that she lost. That he lost. Hey Helga, thanks for having me having an amazing Pokemon battle with my brother. It's my turn next, so clear off a bit, okay? Sure. I mean, it's her brother. Can't he just be like, oh, pretend I fought, here's the thing. Snarl. Hey, there's some trouble going over in Route 9. It's so bad, even the champions come to sort things out. Oh, hey, you gave Piers a thrashing, didn't you? You should come help. You should come... Where am I picking that word from? You should head over there to help. Come on, then. I'll show you the way. Oh, I remember what happens now. Okay, kaboom! Helga, thanks for coming, but I've got a handle on this. Like, why couldn't we help Leon in this scene? Like, this entire interaction just feels so random. I feel like the half the Pokemon fandom are the most wholesome group of nerds, and the other half are the weirdest cave gremlins. Yeah, that's basically it. If you ever want to feel disappointed on humanity, just go on Rule 34 and type in Pokemon. You'll see things in there that God has forbidden long ago. Okay? Don't do that. Don't traumatize yourself just because I said so. Bad idea. But there's some fucked up shit in there. Don't ask me how I know that. Curiosity killed the cat and also my sanity. That being said, let's go back to the same point of the conversation, which is, I don't like this scene. The guy tells us, hey, something is wrong. The champion is over here. You need to come here and help us. So you'll be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go there and help him. And when you finally get there, nothing. There's no one. There's nothing going on in there. Leon just says, oh, don't worry, I've already dealt with it. I got a handle on this. And then he tells you about Rayhan and all that, which is fine. But it feels like such a wasted opportunity to, like, do a raid battle alongside Leon, you know? That would be very cool. But the fact that they take you out of the place that you're at, drag you over outside of the place as if you can't walk up there since like 5 feet apart from where you are, and then not have you do anything other than railroad you into another chat with someone you've talked to 1,000 times up to this point in this game, it just feels so pointless. There's a bit of trouble where my name is it, but you don't worry about a thing. The unbeatable champion is here to look after things and keep you all safe. Oh yeah, that's right, that's another one! Counting these have made this entire experience a lot better. The unbeatable champion is here to look after things and keep you all safe. I love how his cape only starts to flutter when he does that pose. That came from the tunnel, wouldn't you say? Seems I'm about to have a champion time. Let's help out Leon, because that's totally what the game intends us to do, right? We're going to have an awesome battle and able to talk things through and get things done. It's going to be really, really cool. And wait, can I actually go there? It's not blocked? Oh yes, you can actually go there. It's going to be really, really cool. And where's Leon? This is mad, you know what I mean? Where's Leon? That's what I like to know. The noise, it was like a massive explosion. There was this huge surge of red light, and then wild Pokemon started Dynamaxing all around. And I have to tell you this because we don't have the budget to do another cutscene. See? They fucking... Hey, instead of actually programming another fight, let's just turn the entire sequence into an Instagram post. Realistically, it makes sense since you wouldn't have a cosplayer help the Avengers kill a supervillain. That's a fair point, I'll give you that. But from a gameplay standpoint, it's not that helpful. And come on, it's Pokemon. We've been throwing children against giant corporations and people trying to rewrite reality for years now. It wouldn't hurt to do that now. I mean, Gen 4, the entire plotline is the guy saying, I hate my life, I'm going to recreate the universe. And you're a 10-year-old who just stumbled into the whole mess. If logic was something the Pokemon universe was so concerned about, they should have done that way before. Lee and his Charizard took down the Dynamax Pokemon in the blink of an eye. Sure, thank you. I knew Lee was strong, but this really makes you appreciate how great he is. Let's go meet up with Helga. Oh, let's go meet up with him, Helga. He should be at Hammerlock Stadium. Now, you're about to see what I mentioned about the FPS. It's currently running on 30s perfectly fine. As soon as I approach the main city, this will fall. This will fall really, really quickly. Wait, no, I'm going back in the wrong direction. Low, Liper, leave me alone. Child and his pets versus God. That entire phrase is the entire plot of Pokemon Legends Arceus, which, by the way, literally the best implementation of a different mechanic in Pokemon they ever did. The fact that they turned Pokemon into a Dark Souls series, that you actually have to dodge the Pokemon and throw. I mean, it's just throwing essentially Pokeballs at him. I mean, the little. I forgot the names they use it, but it's not exactly Pokeballs. But man, that's so funny to me, you know. But in the end of the game, just like you, a normal ass teenager, just beating the shit out of God by throwing smelly pots at him and then challenging him to a fight with Pokemon. It's so absurd. It is entertaining. Well, if it isn't Helga. I'd expect nothing less from you and your Charizard, Leon. You took down the Dynamax Pokemon in no time at all. Well, I am the unbeatable champion after all. That's another one. No, 12, not 13. There we go. This may be silly, but I'm actually having so much fun counting how many times they call him that. Or he refers himself to that. Yeah, but why? I'm not sure what's going on. The red light could have suddenly stopped again at any time, and we'd have no way of knowing. But being able to predict such things is part of a scientist's work. Oh, there's the professor of the region. The chairman called for me. He wanted to know about the red light's relationship to the Dynamax phenomenon. Did the chairman know anything? Nothing worth my time. The chairman's all wrapped up in fretting over the future of the energy, apparently. Yeah, you know, that's perfectly fine, you know, if it wasn't for the fact that he's fucking crazy. He's left everything to that executive lady. We just don't have enough data. That's why I wanted to ask you the sort of looking for things. You know more than anyone about the Darkest Day, after all. Are you saying that Red Light and the Darkest Day are connected? No, that's plot convenience, isn't it? Hey, do you reckon there's anything we could do to help? There must be. Thanks, I appreciate the thought. Sure you do, Leon. Sure you do. But all I could ever ask of you would be that you join me in the greatest final match ever. I'll do my part to make that happen by keeping everybody's future safe. So you just do what you're doing by winning your way to the gym challenge. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Man, they really going at it this time, and that's 13, baby. No, no, I'm skipping over the numbers again. They have said that another interesting thing is how cage fights and animal trafficking is legal, but connecting a bunch of Pikachus to a power plant for free electricity morally unacceptable. uh, Technically speaking, there is a quote unquote canon reason as to why the Pokemon like to fight. It's because the process of aging and the process of evolution are separate things, and therefore Pokemon are technically evolved to like battling so they can get stronger and therefore be the dominant member of their species. That's the quote unquote logic they use. Uh, but it's still ridiculous how they do that because they do that in the first Pokemon games, right? They wire a bunch of electrodes in one place and you have to feed all of them, even though they're perfectly fine with it. And they do that too in the Pokemon Ranger series. There are like in almost Pokemon Ranger game, there's like one moment where you have to enter a building and just beat the crap out of everybody because they're using electric Pokemon to produce electricity, which sounds like a very simple thing to do. You know, like you don't even have to make it like a constant thing. Like it seems like they forget that energy can be stored. Oh, my bad. Like how difficult it is to like line up a bunch of electric Pokemon together, have them produce a fuck ton of energy that can be stored in batteries or whatever, and just use that whenever the Pokemon need to rest. That way, you don't harm the creatures, but you have a seemingly infinite amount of energy. I don't remember. Can I actually fight him right now? Whew, Jesus. That explanation sounds like an official trying to excuse war crimes. That's an apt comparison, my man. No, 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 no. See, you see, officer, the Pokemon like to beat the crap out of each other. It's for evolution. It's like that one video of Charlie just going, no, no, you see, officer, the child pornography was just a goof. It was just a joke. Why aren't you laughing? Oh, God. I think MatPat from the game Theory actually made somewhat of an explanation like that a while ago. But the whole thing about the process of evolution and the process of aging in Pokemon being separate is canon actually, because in some of the movies and some scenes in the anime, there are very old versions of Pokemon that are supposed to be in their first stage, as well as there are baby versions of Pokemon that are supposed to be in their late stage. As we see, like in one of the Mewtwo movies, we see like baby Nidokings and Nidoqueens, even though they're supposed to be the final stage in evolution. And in the anime, we see a very old Trico, meaning that Tricos don't, at least for that species, Tricos don't need to evolve to be old. But then there are a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to what's canon and what's not canon. Because, like, if we go by the enemy finds a baby Lugia and then just never bother explaining it. Oh, it's a baby legendary Pokemon from the high legends of yore. Let's not address that fact anymore. That uniform you wear is a symbol of all your victories. I feel your determination. Now head to where all the gym trainers await. No, not the station, but the vault. I see. Let's see. Alright then. Helga, time to explain to the great Rayhan's gym mission. The rules are simple. What you've got to do is defeat 3 gym trainers that I personally trained in double gym battles. Naturally, there aren't too many gym challenges that could make it this far. Oh god. And that's why I provide a format where you can really show off the brilliance of combinations of your Pokemon should be capable of. That's probably more than enough of me. Time for someone else to take the spotlight. Come on, Sebastian, you'll be first. Sebastian? Who's Sebastian? I see, he's the guy. Do baby last evolutions mean they beat the crap out of each other as toddlers? Hey, competitively speaking, we do have Baby Cup. I don't know how canon you consider that, but it's an actual tournament thingy. But that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? Imagine you have like 5 kids and they're all young and you're like, oh, how precious they are, and they start beating the crap out of each other. You turn your back, one of them is an old person. I have survived the challenges put in front of me, father. I have earned my place in strength. Oh yeah, it's a double battle. Oh, interesting use of an actual ability combination because Sligo has some benefits with because Sligo benefits from being in the rain and Pelipper has drizzle. Ah. Do I have anything to fight them? I mean, they're both going to resist, so I'm going to just Shadow Ball this guy. And... No, even better. I'm going to... No. Shadow Ball the Pelipper and Dragon Pulse the Sligo. There we go. WWE for kids. Things that if weren't illegal I would actually watch. Hey, if television thinks it's perfectly fine to do like those I forgot the name, we don't have those here in Brazil, but beauty pageants. If television thinks it's perfectly fine to do those beauty pageants with little kids where they dress really weirdly and the parents are really obsessive about making them pretty, then why can't we do the same thing but just indulging in the kids' desire to beat the crap out of each other? Because kids are violent. Kids are naturally violent. You turn your back on any 2 toddlers, they are going to hit each other. They thrive in it. It's in the same area of... It's the same reason why the kids yearn for the mines, you know? Just kidding. I love that meme. The children yearn for the mines. Absolutely lovely. Fun fact, when I was younger, my dad used to not really work, but he would help some friends of his that they had... I forgot the name in English, but it's where they make steel, you know? And they would cut steel and shape it and whatnot. And sometimes they would have to like hand cut it. And obviously when you have to use like those electric saws to cut steel that way, that thing is piping hot. It's red hot when you take it out of the machine because of the attrition between the 2 materials. And one day my dad was like, oh, I need to do this, but we're gonna go home after this, so I need you to help me over here. I was still a kid, and it's not like it was it's not like it was child work or something like that, but I was just helping. But I remember that I went up there one time, and my first reaction once I saw that steaming hot piece of red metal, and my 8-year-old brain just looked at it and thought to myself, oh, that looks like something that I should bring home and show my mother. Let me pick it up while it's still burning hot. Safe to say, my dad never brought me to that place again. Thinking about it, man, I was one messy kid when it comes to actually getting myself hurt. I have a scar on my forehead, very small, definitely not like Harry Potter levels of scar, but like very, very small. Because one day in class, while I was like 5 years old, I just decided to, fuck it, I'm going to throw myself on the floor. And just puffed. Cut out my forehead, started screaming. I was a very calm kid, but damn, didn't I have a knack at hurting myself. Ninetales Drought. Oh yeah, Tortonator has something that helps with it too, doesn't it? The only thing, I'm gonna have to use this in here and then this. Bring out the camping chair, Jamie. You know the Boondocks, the anime? I love the scenes where they just throw a steel chair for no reason and people go like, "Oh my god, a chair!" and everybody starts beating the crap out of each other. So since you disintegrated your arm, how does it feel playing games with it? Perfectly fine. It's a bit difficult, but you deal with it. I didn't lose any fingers, but I had a massive bubble like on the center of my hand for like 2 weeks. That shit hurt. Let me see. Another time that I hurt myself on accident. Oh, I know. There's this place where I live, where it's like a giant public school that people just actually study there. Is an actual school, but during the evenings, it turns into like a museum of sorts, and they have all of these kinds of like physical experiments and all that. And one of them was a swing, like a playground swing, where one it would be like a normal swing, a very long swing, and then two other swings where one side was massively bigger than the others. And it was supposed to teach kids about how my god, how weight dis, why is it so difficult to say that word? It was supposed to teach kids how weight distribution works. And my dad took me and my sister there. We went up to the longer one because my dad wanted to show us that if you stay on the shorter side, but you're really, really heavy, you can still lift up the other side, even if that side is going to weigh more naturally. And so that's what we did. And the whole thing, when you're like way up high, it's like 3 meters tall. It's really tall. I was like 10 at a time, and for some reason, my mind just say, lift your arms and say, look, Dad, no hands. Paf! No chão. Again. I fell unconscious for like a solid second. And then my dad woke me up and said, man, you hurt yourself pretty badly. You're gonna have to take a vaccine for that. Because he actually took us there not to have fun, but because we had to take a vaccine specifically. I don't remember which one it was years ago. We had to take a vaccine, but we were so afraid of like injections and all that, of needles, that he had to distract us before we get in the actual shot. And so when I woke up from like my momentary unconsciousness, he saw the perfect opportunity to go like, ah man, you hurt yourself. You're gonna have to take a medicine, and it's going to be going to inject you with a needle. It's going to hurt, but don't worry, it's not gonna hurt more than it's hurting now. Oh man. Now that I think about it, I think that was the worst case. But I stumbled on everything when I was a kid. I never broke a leg or an arm. I did break my wrist once. It was a messy occasion too, because as far as I remember, I was playing tag with a couple of friends, and my hand got stuck in the shirt sleeve of another guy, and when he started to run, I stayed, and my wrist went with him. So I just lay down on the floor crying because man, that shit hurt a lot. And now we come to an interesting part about my family, and it's the fact that we have a healing factor. And I'm not kidding, because I broke my wrist, and the doctor said you're gonna have to wear a cast for at least 5 months. By the end of the, for at least 5 months, right? So I go there 3 months later to do a checkup. And he's like, "Oh, I'm going to have to cut the cast off to see how your wrist is doing." So I just go, "Oh no, don't worry," and I take it out of my arm, start flexing and doing all kinds of things. Like, doesn't it hurt? I'm like, "No, not really." X-rays it, perfectly healed, not even a scratch. When I was little, I used to play football or soccer for British people. And I wanted headbutt the football, and his dog, who was half my size at the time, wanted to catch it in his mouth. And almost bit. Oh, man. The dog is really kind. It was just an accident. No, dogs do that all the time. They love us. They just don't know how strong they are. I have a. I don't know the exact value in pounds, but you're German, so I assume you also use kilograms. I have a 49 kilogram dog. He's a mix between a border collie and a Bernese mountain dog. He doesn't know he's that heavy. In his mind, he's a pincher. And the British call football soccer. I thought they called it football too. I thought only the Americans called football soccer. That's weird. Huh. Well, anyways, continuing about the healing factor analogy. So my wrist healed a bit too fast. That's normal. Let's go to another silly example. A couple of years ago, I was dating this girl. She went over to my house, and you do as you do when you have a person, when you're dating a person, you bring that person to your house. Okay, I'm not gonna go into details. Don't think too much about it. And I get up, I go to the bathroom, and I realize that my neck is just blood red, just absolutely destroyed. And I'm just like, oh shit, that's not good. My girlfriend gets up and goes besides me in the bathroom, and she's terrified of what she sees, because from her point of view, she hurt me pretty badly, but it wasn't hurting. So I was like, no, that's okay. I'll just grab ice. I was like, no, you grab something like to pass it on or something. It's probably hurting like hell, and it wasn't. I grab a cube of ice. I start to smear it onto my destroyed neck. 5 minutes later, the entire thing has healed up. Not even a scratch. But the best example I can think of, and this is the one that I always tell people nowadays. My grandfather had a stroke. A very bad stroke. The doctors looked at it and said, there's a good chance that he won't survive. You have to be aware of this. And we were, ready for that sort of stuff. We were like mentally preparing for that to be a reality. Because the stroke had, I assume the word is stroke. I don't know if it's aneurysm or stroke. But he was hurt pretty badly. And so what happened was, we were just, waiting for the inevitable, but he started to get better. So we were, being a little hopeful. A month later, that 80-year-old man decides that, fuck the stroke, and started to walk and talk again. A bit of problems doing so. The stroke did cause some damage. But every one of the doctors just couldn't figure how the man was even alive to begin with. So I have this theory that my family just has a healing factor for no reason. And that we have gotten ourselves terribly hurt again and again and somehow turned out fine. My eye's fine, by the way. I just have a little dark spot on my elbow where the tooth was smushed on this. That's kind of metal. But does it is it visibly, or do you have to really pay attention to it to notice? Because the scar I have on my forehead is really, really small, and you have to really pay attention to notice it. But you can tell it's there if you're used to it. Oh, and now we get to the actual parts of the game that I have zero complaints. I love these. Especially because they have product placements around. It feels like an actual gym. Especially that one that just appeared, which is Pokemon Whey Protein. Badass grandpa. My grandpa is a badass. He didn't like. He wasn't a soldier or anything. He was always like a businessman. That sort of stuff. But he was always such a. He isn't dead. But he's such a kind person. I really strive to be a lot like my grandfather because he really is an example of how people should really behave to one another. It doesn't matter if he knows you for a decade or 5 days. He is going to treat you as if he didn't see you for years. My grandpa is awesome. Uh, but as with basically all grandpas, he just says some things that he doesn't really think about. Especially nowadays after the stroke, which it takes a toll on anybody. It's visible, but I have to kind of look at my brain for it to be outside my eyelid. Oh, oh, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. That's cool. That's pretty cool. And my dog is just bawling his eyes out because I'm not giving him attention because I'm streaming. Poor thing. Let's see. My grandfather also has like a piranha bite because he. You see, people associate Brazil with like just tropical areas, which we do have the Amazons and whatnot. But there is a lot of different environments. We have the largest biodiversity on the planet, and my grandfather he lived very far away from where we live nowadays when he was a kid, and back where he lived, he would he would fish a lot, and one day he fished a piranha, and that thing bit his hand and just wouldn't let go, and so he has a scar on his hand up until that. Which that's pretty cool. Uh, Apart from the scar on my forehead, I don't really have any marks like that. I thought I would. When I was a kid, there was one thing that I got hurt that I really thought it was going to screw me over for life, which was I was playing by the beach, and that specific beach you could go anywhere when it comes to how far you could dive into because the water wasn't really high. However, there were some rocks to like the western side of the beach, which you could not go near to because it seemed like they just like a wall of rocks, but there was actually a very big gap between them in the sand with some very sharp rocks. And so if you slipped in there once, you would, you could really get yourself hurt. And that was exactly what I did. I went over to that side because I saw a crab, and I was like, "Ooh, crab! Let me grab it." Didn't grab the crab, felt a sharp pain, but thought to myself, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm just gonna walk out the other." Let me tell you something. There are few things as scary as stepping out of the ocean and seeing a trail of blood behind you. Not anyone else, you specifically. There are few things as scary as that. I was fine. It was just like a very sharp edge that I ended up stepping into. It wasn't a deep cut. It was a very superficial one, so it didn't scar. But man, I was scared. And as typical for parents, I got my family was my mom was pissed at me for not listening to her. Also, this fight is handling a lot better than I thought. That killed. That's good enough. Fire Fang. I mean, I am a bug type, but why wasn't he? Why wouldn't he use a ground type attack? I have a fishbone shaped scar on my leg from when I made an unwilling flip with my bike. My front brakes jammed and slingshotted me across the street, and I rammed my bike chain. Wow, that hurts. That never happened to me, but I've seen it happening to people. That hurts like a motherfucker. Oh, now that you mentioned, let's keep talking about horrible experiences we had in the past. That's funny. I never got in like into a serious bike accident because I didn't really bike that much. But when I was a kid, my dad would take me and my sister to a. It was the. Here's the thing, the. It's not prefecture. In Portuguese, it's prefeitura, but it's like the main city hall of our town. And in there, the parking lot was open during the weekends or whenever people weren't working. It was open for you could go there and do whatever. You can set up a shop there. You could ride bikes there. Man, I seen people making fucking uh, barbecue parties in there. I can't imagine many things as scary as a trail of blood coming from the ocean. uh, Anyways, you could go there during the weekends and do pretty much whatever you wanted. So my dad would take me and my sister there, and what we would do essentially, it's just ride bikes all over the place because it was a very big parking lot. But there was this ramp that you could take in order to get to the actual building where people used actually worked, and which was also accessible for us because there are no security guards. And so one day, me with my what's the name of those little bikes that have three wheels? Tricycle. With my little tricycle, I decided I'm going to ride all the way up there and then just slingshot my way down with the tricycle. And that's exactly what I did. What I wasn't counting on is the thing destroying in itself halfway down the ladder. And so the first 3 seconds were pure ecstasy, and the last 15 ones were absolute pain. As I got sprung out of. Sprung? What the fuck was I trying to say? As I got thrown out the entire length of the thing and landed on my head. Which is, and you know what's the best part of that? Didn't even break anything. I didn't cut myself, I didn't break anything, I just got really, really bruised. Also, scraped myself all over the floor because it was concrete, so. Man, Dynamax is such a cool mechanic when you don't when you don't care about what happens in competitive. It looks really cool. It's not as cool as Mega Evolution, I'll give him that. But man, I don't know. I wish Dynamax was something you could do outside of, like, you could do anywhere, but not on competitive. Which, because they did ban Dynamax eventually, but it looks just so cool in some scenarios. Pulling out a sunny day. Ha, that's not a bad countermeasure. Oh, I didn't know he said that. Let's do it. Time for a G-Max depletion, the Dragon's Tail. I like how this Pokemon just has the shape of a building. I don't know why. I just think it's pretty cool. Also, it's weird because he has an evolution now, or rather he will have because it's not launched yet. But the evolution does not have a Gigantamax. Meaning that this is the only Pokemon, as far as I'm aware. Oh no! No, he's not the only one, because Pikachu also has a Gigantamax but also can evolve. So I'm wrong in that department. But he's one of the only Pokemon that can evolve, and the evolved form does not have a Gigantamax. My leg was a bit roughed up by my hands. Looked like I slid across a cheese grater since I slowed my fall with them. Ow! Oh, that seems like it hurt a lot. Let's see. Okay, so man, we're almost near to the end of the game. I mean, not really. Technically, I mean, this is the last gym. But then there is the whole route that you have to take to the final part of the game, which is the championship itself. And then Rose shows up and says that he's gonna kill everybody. Which, hilarious, by the way. You know, I like how he's all goofy and quirky the entire game, and then like he just switches up like to the later portion of the game and just decides everybody needs to die because in 1,000 years we'll die if I don't kill everyone right now. Yeah, thank you to the gym badge. Man, his hands are big. Um, you can now catch Pokemon on any level. Sure, it's perfectly fine. You owe us that much at least for beating us at the battle here today. Sure. That was my problem with the wild area. The fact that there are so many high level Pokemon, but you can only catch them if you have enough gym badges, means that for the vast majority of the game you have to ignore the wild area to get the Pokemon that only spawn at higher levels. First off, as a sign of my respect, here's TM99 containing the move Breaking Swipe. Thanks. You put the TM99. Why is the little kid head banging in the corner? And secondly, here's the Dragon type gym uniform, the mark of true strength. I do like his design a lot. The fact that his shirt kind of looks like a slouched belly of a dragon, I think that's pretty cute. Rayhan, I'm here to see just how good you are. There you are, Leon's little brother. Don't worry, I'll give you a battle that will make you want to quit the gym challenge altogether. Don't worry, he almost did it himself like 5 different times and he didn't even have to win. I've tried out lots of different strategies and I've made up my mind about how I want to battle. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to beat you and Helga and even Lee. That's perfectly fine. If you're feeling up to it, you might want to go train hard in the wild area. Yeah, there's no need to it. I'm literally too overpowered to deal with anything in the wild area right now. I mean, not really, because there are a lot of Pokemon in the wild area that I can still capture. They are like level 60 for some reason. It was fine and almost kind of funny since some younger neighbors I knew from school reacted instantly and pulled my bike away from the street. That's good, you know, having friends to take care of that. It's very uncommon nowadays for people to play on the streets in here. I mean, you can still see it depending where you go and how the streets are. But due to the way I think the houses are constructed here in Brazil, you don't really see people playing on the streets as much. Unless they're playing with skateboards and whatnot, because usually people just gather in dedicated parks for that sort of thing. They're building one right near my house, which they announced that they were going to make like the biggest skate park in South America, and that was like 6 years ago and they never did anything about it, and then they're just now starting to construct the damn thing and it doesn't look that impressive. So I imagine the thing went from being the biggest from South America to just being another in South America. That giant Pokemon went on a rampage and almost destroyed the entire Galar region. It certainly seems to be that way, my dear. As you know, we Dynamaxed our Pokemon today using the energy from wishing stars that fall into us. But we still don't know how to fully control the energy behind Dynamaxing, or how the two heroes managed to do so. Yeah, that's fine, but you also utilize that same energy to power up people's houses, so make your mind, yo. The legendary Sword and Shield. Sonia, my dearest, my lab coach is yours now. Are you sure, Gran? I still haven't finished the work you've assigned to me. Think of it as something to help you finish that work. Professor Sonia. See, I like it. I like that. You know, she has a character development in a cutesy way. She becomes a professor. I think that's pretty cute. And the legend of the Sword and Shield you just mentioned, it is up to you to figure out the truth behind it all. I know, Gran. I'll do what I can. You and Hop could be the one to take down Leon, and I don't want to miss that. Not to worry, you can count on me to take care of everything. You just focus on getting to Wyndham. Go on, head to the station, or you'll miss your train. One of them also let me in his apartment to let me clean up the wounds, or even cover them up horribly. I took random pieces of cloth they found in their med kit and attached to my hand with a bandage. Man, that sounds like something you would do in a Left 4 Dead game. Or even better, in a Far Cry scenario. Far Cry has these like hilarious cutscenes where the character's like bleeding to death and he goes just like, oh, let me just sploosh this alcohol in my hand and remove a bullet from my arm. Oh, I'm perfectly healed. I'll take your Pokemon for a few seconds then. Yeah, the few times that I got hurt with people nearby me, most of what they did was just like, man, let's get you over to your parents. Let's patch you up. Here's a band-aid. My God, 18 FPS. Where do I need to go, anyways? The train station. I see. There's this place it's really far away from where I live nowadays, but I had some friends that lived there. It's essentially like a big closed damn, what's the word for it again? It was like a reserved community that was really expensive and had like a bunch of beautiful houses and a bunch of famous people lived there. Man, it was really, really protected. It had like giant walls all over, so no one could get in outside, from the actual entrance. And that place, funnily enough, had some of the weirdest people I've ever met. In the sense that one time I got hurt there, I scraped my knee really badly, and the old woman that was like in the house, and see, I scraped my knee really badly, and I ended up falling in front of a house where an old woman with like 8 cats just stared at me for like a solid minute before opening the door and letting the cats outside. And they all started to gather to me, and they all really, really wanted to lick the part of my leg that was scraped. Until a friend of mine, not really a friend, a guy I knew back then, he saw that, and he had like this little buggy that he could walk around with, and he was like, "Get up, get up, get up! You shouldn't be there!" And he grabbed me by the he grabbed me almost like a mother cat does to a kitten. He grabbed me like by the scruff of the neck and just dragged me inside the car and just like took off. I was like, "What happened?" He was like, "That woman is evil." Granted, she was probably just wondering what the hell was a kid doing there. But I was 8, the guy was 12, so maybe he knew something I didn't. It felt basically like a Far Cry healing, and it looked like one too. No one was more shocked at how I treated my hands than the wounds. Hey, if it worked. Back when I was a kid, if I cut my finger on something, I would go over to the school's bathroom, wrap it up in toilet paper, dip it into water, not the toilet water, just normal water, dip it into water, and then like press it to like create like this paper and water cast that would just like come off in a couple of hours because the thing would just dry up and fall off. And I felt like it worked, but looking back, it was probably a bad idea. Battle your way to Champion Cup tournament to face Leon. One of you ought to. I reckon I'm still the favorite to win, but I'm against my true rival Helga. Hop. It's adorable how delusional you are, guy. So I'll ring out every last thing I've learned during my battle with you, Rayhan, to beat her. So get a move on, Helga. The train's waiting. Sure. Ah, cutscenes. I like these. So Sun and Moon had some of these which felt a bit random at times, but I liked them. Damn kids playing on their phones all day. We're finally headed for wind down. There's a lot of one to check out there. There's the big tower and the monorail. And Wyndham Stadium, where the whole of Galar, no, the whole world is gonna be watching us. You get it, right? You and me are gonna make our match the greatest match that ever was. Uh, Man, I'll be right back, dude. I have to do something real quickly. Let me just save up. Just so I don't miss any project. I will be right back. Little 15-minute break. There we go. I'm back. Let's see. These cutscenes are more choppy than violent background characters. To be fair, that's probably on me. It's a bit more laggy than it probably is on normal systems, but I don't remember correctly. Also, I might be in bed by the time you are back, so good night. If I had a lot of fun, I'll try to catch your stream this time. Good night, man. If you're still here, good night. And if you already left, then thank you for joining the stream, dude. Talking to people really makes this much easier, and it's very heartwarming whenever I get to talk to people from other countries and all that. I think it's very cool. It kind of brings more purpose to the whole thing of streaming, because to be fair, speaking to myself, it's very, very tiresome. Anyways, I think I'm just going to the next city, just until about 8 p.m. over here, and then I'll end the stream. Be there. Bet there'll be ice-type Pokemon crawling out of the woodwork in a place like this. Come on, Helga. Reckon we'll be able to train ourselves up to the new heights before the Champion Cup starts. I believe in myself and a Pokemon on my team. Okay. And I'll know we'll get the load stronger. I believe in myself and a Pokemon on my team. I'm just reading the same thing again. So I'm off. See you in Windell, mate. Oh, the FPS is kind of nice in here. Perfect 30 FPS. Oh, wouldn't you know? Oh, yes, these guys exist. Should I use Vanillite in my team? Should I just do this for the fun? I'm gonna do it. Just because people love... He's level 49. No, but he's another physical. Like, I already have so many. 1, 2, 3... 4. I need another physical attacker. Just for sure, I've already said goodbye to you, but just... Oh no, never mind. Let's see. I know that there are wild ice types in the wild area, like over here. If I find one that I specifically like, I'm gonna capture it. I'm not in the mood to doing raid battles right now. Wasn't even paying attention. Let's see, it's over there, I think. That's a Corviknight. That's a Bisharp. No, but it's gotta be somewhere around here, isn't it? Steelix? No, not what I'm looking for. Huh. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm not really feeling in the mood to just do the story, so I'm just going to do a bit of some raids just to get that. I was not looking at the screen. That actually scared me. Fuck. What was I saying again? Level 50. I am going to do some... Wait a second, I don't have any steel types or any... Never mind. A Steelix wouldn't be that weird of a... It's a physical attacker that can take a lot of hit. I don't have any steel types. I have a ground type, but not a steel type. Yeah, a Steelix. Yeah, I'll see if I find another one, I'm gonna capture it. That's I like Ferrothorn, but not enough to put it on my team right now. not even Noibat, it's the other guy. Woobat. Woo. I always found the name of that Pokemon to be a little weird. Woobat. Tyranitar wouldn't be that bad of an addition too, now that I think about it. It's a cool Pokemon, has great stats. It is a physical attacker, but I need an ice type, don't I? I need something to counter dragons. Oh yeah. And that's a... No, I don't want a Ferrothorn. I guess a Weavile it is then. I just don't know if I have what it takes to evolve these little guys. It's a male. Do I have a Quick Ball? I do. Work your miracle. What? Was that not? Well, that's not supposed to happen, is it? Can it take a Sucker Punch? I'm 18 levels above you. I should probably be able to... Yeah, no, you're fine. Feisty little bugger. Let's see. Swap to Clarence. Buffeted. There we go. That's gotta be enough to capture it, right? Okay, Heal Ball. Not what I wanted to use, but if it works, it's fine. Of course it wouldn't. Why would it? Do I have Hypnosis or something else in here? Oh, come on. Little shit. Let's try to use a Premier Ball. Thank you. You had to be a little quirky, didn't you? Had to get inside a Premier Ball of all things. It's gonna be named Shiv. Gonna add to my party. I'm gonna swap out Clarence. see here. I still have some gems, don't I? Yeah, I do. There we go. Sure, why not? Beat up? What's beat up? Oh, I'm fine. That's perfect. It gained 7. Agility. It's a Sneasel. It doesn't need any more agility. Let's see. Wait, is it a grip claw that evolves? Oh god, hold on a second. Held by wild. I see. So, store on side bargain shop. Alright, I guess I see where I can find it. No. Wrong button. No! Hi, little guy. Oh, that's a Gallade. That's a Gallade, and I imagine it's a very high level. That's a level 60 Gallade. I'm in danger. Clado. Another ground ghost? That's an Impidimp of all places. Again, I like his evolution, but not like this. Probably should just go to the town that sells it. Scrap of Reaper cloth. I'm going to get a razor claw. Yeah, that's what I need, but what triggers it? Well, now that I think about it, those Dynamax thingies were just there because I didn't do them last time, so probably should get them out of the way. Child destroyed. No, no, no. Just need to get over with a raid. Let's see where the next one. That's not where I need to go. No. It probably could have killed it without it, but let's just make sure I can make my life easier. didn't kill him. Interesting. That will surely do. No, I'm not gonna catch it. Leave it be. What Pokemon is that? That's a... I see. Damn, that was louder than I thought it was gonna be. But it failed. Why? Okay, fine by me. It's a Gyarados. Yeah. That's a 5-star raid. Whoa. Whoa. Damn. Do I go with Mecha or do I go with this guy? I'm gonna go with Mecha. Because I double resist water. And I can leech seed. It's so funny that Wailord still looks small even while Dynamax. Like a Dynamax Wailord just looks like what I expect from a regular Wailord. Yeah, Wishy-Washy, that's cool. I like Wishy-Washy, man. I think it's such a cool idea for a Pokemon. Let me just Dynamax already. That thing has a wind attack? Oh, Jesus Christ. There we go. Whoa, that was huge. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be able to do these with the NPCs like that. Like, look at that. He just KO'd 2 guys in a row. There's no way I can beat this like this. Please don't. No, no, it's healing. Am I dead? No, but how Lucha is. And now the raid is over. Don't use Solar Beam again. No! You're just going to waste everyone else's time. The Wailer is going to attack again, knock out one of you guys, and the raid is going to be over. If we're lucky enough, we can kill it now. Oh, that's good enough. So long as it doesn't kill anyone now, we can kill it. But the problem is that it moves faster, so we might... man, he uses Surf, he kills Lucha or anyone else, we're all dead. We tried. But him one-shotting Lucha like that just screwed us over big time. Let's see, which one of them is better? 1-7 and 16. Let's see, can I give a berry to this guy? Do berries go in raids? I'm gonna give more candy to that guy. Fuck it, who cares? Gives a shit. Uh, Use moss. And give this guy to this guy. Switch Pokemon. Don't invite others. Let's see. Meanwhile, I'll go to the bathroom. Of course, he just annihilates one person. Just straight out of the gate. He has a focus edge. Thank you. Thanks. Oh god. You can only die one more time. And now he gains another shield. Man, if I was the only person in the fight, this fight would have been over so quickly. So much healing. Yeah, now that things get a little bit precarious. I'm gonna have to pray to God that he doesn't kill anyone. That includes me. No, he goes for the guy that he killed once again. Of course he does. Let's try it again. Togepi and oh my fuck! I might as well just FF right now. I'm gonna go for Leech Seed just because I want to know if it works. Look, man, he kills. They always throw in something that's weak against him. It's ridiculous. Yeah, nah, I knew it. I can't escape. Oh, that's perfectly fine, isn't it? Come on. Oh god. Let's see if I can do something. Let's see. I know. The only thing I can do is try again. We're gonna try one last attempt and then we're gonna go end the stream because honestly I can't be bothered. Okay, Wishiwashi is good. He can take a hit. The Salazo is a terrible option, and the other one is okay. It still is not as good as it could be. The only thing I wish is that he uses Max Wilhelm in me first, so that he doesn't kill anybody and we can break the shield on his first turn. But the problem is that he might use Max Water something something on the Salazo. Which, okay, she already... Please attack... No, come on. Why? Well, at least the other guy can break the shield. Hydro pump. Yeah, it doesn't do anything to me. Thank you. Thank you. He's just going to use water spout and kill the two of them. Nope, he didn't. That's actually good. That's perfect. That is perfect. Man, it's always something that's weak against water. It's just ridiculous. Why the fuck are you doing that? Okay, so in the best scenario, we all attack him and he doesn't kill any of us, which is not gonna happen. No, in the best scenario, he tries to use Hydro Pump in the wrong character, which he is not going to. Yeah. And that's the end of it. One more attempt. Okay, one more attempt. Let's be hopeful. Let's be hopeful here. Let's go full out copium here. Swap. Don't invite others. I swear to God, if I see another... The Torko helps a lot. The Torko helps a lot. Okay, that's pretty good. He takes a hit from water, but he helps a lot because it's going to really screw up with the water attacks. The problem is that drought only lasts for 5 turns, but that's fine. Clefairy is a good one. Max Strike. Only. Ooh! That's fine, that's fine. Flamethrower, that broke the shield, that's fine. Yeah, that's 2 dead. That's a bad thing. Okay. It's fine. Oh, please, Torko, don't screw over with me. He's going to destroy the Torko, isn't he? Of course he will, why wouldn't he? And now we're dead. Yeah, man, I don't think I can do these, especially without a party. And that was a rough awakening, I'd say. Let me just see what the other one was. I got it, game. I got my ass handed to myself in here. That's a, okay, you know, that's alright, you know. I think I can do this one, right? No, I don't want to invite any more shit. There you go. Now this should be enough. Keep out movies. Let's see. Okay, Ice Shard, that's pretty good. The fact that he doesn't start out with a barrier also helps. But he also doesn't take a lot of damage at all, so that's worrisome. That Weavile is dead. Okay. That's fine, that's fine. Might as well just use this one. No, if I knew it, I wouldn't have used it. And the we oh no. Oh, but I almost went. Oh, and that was our last death. If anyone else dies, we all die. Let's see. Yeah, we're dead. Well, that was fun. Maybe I'll do this later. In any case, guys, I think that's it for today. The Thai Rogue decides to attack us. Well, I'm not gonna fight it. Thank you everybody for watching, and especially thanks for you, 7 Soul, for hanging by the stream the whole time. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys Friday, I think, because maybe I won't be able to stream this Wednesday due to some personal things. In any case, see you guys.